Yeah, hey, why, why the dominant hand?
Because it's biggest in terms of your representation on your brain. It's one of the largest. One could argue that you could do tongue lessons that could probably have a very similar or maybe even more powerful impact. The difficulty is with the tongue that we are we used to using tongue for talking, for because it's very specific, right? That organ, the tongue, the muscle of the tongue is moving so specifically to produce sounds. It takes months and months, years of training, right? So this is huge part of the real estate, that homunculus part. And the dominant hand has a big representation. So this is
I
something that
see.
all
I
of
see.
us use. All of us
Mhm.
use. You use this all the time for writing, for eating, for manipulating objects, and therefore you know your hand already very well. Like when we do lessons about the back or spine, this is a little bit for many of us working in uncharted territories, which is useful because you want to build that territory, but maybe starting there will be very challenging for somebody who doesn't feel. I worked today with somebody who told me that he told me a little bit with a pride because he's such a heady guy. He's super intelligent person, and his all work is head constructing images, thoughts, words, and he's kind of divorced from his body. So he was jokingly, with little pride, saying that I feel nothing. I don't feel that I have my back. I don't feel my spine. What do you mean back? What is it? Where is it? Right? So if you take a person like this and start asking them to move the back in this way or that way, to lift the shoulder blade and bring it a little closer to the spine, if that person doesn't know where their shoulder blade is and what it feels like, it will be a torture. That person will be tired and fatigued and bored, and they will be looking at the watch. Oh, how much more of this nonsense? But you start with the hand, the person, most of us know the hand already. This is a wonderful point of entry.
The reason I ask is I have a tremor in my right hand,
Mm-hmm.
and and I understand you can do it with the left hand, but is it advantageous to do to to do it with my
Watch
right?
that. Watch that if your tremor was kind of disturbing you with your experience, or
It wasn't, but
if the
yeah, it
tremor
wasn't, but
calm down. If
I
it
noticed there's a little wonkiness in my hand. It
Yeah.
wasn't turning, but yeah.
For that reason, you may want to start with the non-dominant, because
Yeah,
that will,
cool.
if it's distracting,
Alright. Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, okay, well,
Merrick,
that's
Merrick,
great, input. Thank you so much.
Great.
If I could
Hey,
ask this
David.
question.
Sure. Please, David.
And I'm asking it because I got confused at what's bent and moving in the last movement, and I think it'll be the same way in your recording. So I I was sitting through the whole thing. I had
Uh-huh.
my right hand out to the right, and I think you said your right my left foot would be bent, and somehow my left arm's going to come over my body. I don't
Yes,
understand
this
that.
was for rolling. This was for rolling for people who were inside lying. Or imagine I'm lying on my back.
Yes.
My dominant hand is diagonally up. My left knee is bent and it's pushing, and I'm starting to roll. So I will want my left arm not to hang too far back and bring it over in order to roll over onto your side. If you do it sitting, I would encourage you, instead of the image of rolling, think of, if you wanted to take your gaze and from straight ahead to look to the right, to maybe even behind you, providing that this is easy. If your neck is pulling, do less, 20 degrees, 30 degrees. And then you can use your non-dominant hand to bring a little bit across the body like I'm doing right now.
Oh,
So the arm doesn't stay behind. If I were to go further back to demonstrate, yeah, here. So as you're sitting, you're doing the movements with your dominant hand and you push and you're starting to turn. You don't want that arm to be kind of dragging you, holding you back. So you will bring that arm across the body this way. There's a Feldenkrais lesson called Dead Bird, and we have that one hand like hanging like a leaf, and we are turning the whole body to the right in sitting position. So you don't need to do it like this, but you don't want the arm to stay behind. You bring it as if you were reaching across your body like I'm doing now, and you're looking right while you continue with your dominant hand doing that quiet movement. So the movement of turning has the quality of mastery.
I see. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question, David. I bet it was helpful for everyone who did it sitting and was confused. So spot on, spot on. All right.
Marek, at what time are you going to have the ask or anything? You know, the session.
Yes, it's next Monday for members only, and for people who will buy one of those courses that I offer today. It's next Monday at 7:30 to 9 p.m. It will be 90-minute session. I send the email to all the members. I think I did. Check your email because I think it went. Unless you unsubscribe and you're not receiving our newsletters, because I did send a newsletter with information about changes on our platform, and underneath that it was a note about next Monday's session. I will send it again, so you will have it. You will have the link. But next Monday, 7:30 to 9 p.m., the inner circle for all the members.
I hadn't received that either, Marek.
You did.
I called today and Wallace wasn't there, and now I find out why.
Yeah, Wallace is flying
Good
now.
for Wallace.
Man, this is spectacular. He should be highlighted. They should interview him, do that piece in New York Times or somewhere or everywhere.
You know, a funny story. My granddaughter is voting for the first time today, and she's voting at the place where for many years she was a swimmer with the swim team. And she said, Grandma, I actually got my pre-swim tummy ache when I was pulled in here.
That's right. Our son with Kasia, this was the first time voting too. So big day.
Yes.
I bet stressful because it's a weighing of the responsibility, future, first time. Yeah, wonderful, but also a little stressful for sure.
Sure. She's in Washington, so she still has time.
Okay. Amy, you raised your hand. Amy.
Yeah. How do I find out? How do I find out more about your resilience course?
We will send the email to all participants with that offer that I mentioned a moment ago. You can also go to our website, bettermovement.com. One word, bettermovement.com. And there is a tag on top called courses. And if you click on the courses, there will be a little bit of a description of that and also an option to purchase, but wait for the code. I think the code, you will get it in your email. The code is vote well to get the 50% off.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So nice to see many of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, Marek.
Thank you, and good night, Nikki. Bye, everyone. Bye, Karen. You sleeping? You ready to sleep? Bye, Hinda, Leela.
Yes. Bye,
Bye,
Marek. Thank
Josephine.
you.
Bye, Marek. Thank you.
Bye, David. Bye, Shauna. Shauna, nice meeting you.
Bye. Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, Mark.
Bye bye.